What is up, everyone? We're live. Let's play some chess, baby. It's been a minute, and I'm so excited. Let's join an arena. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's join in a 5-0 arena. And here we go. Oh, let's unmute this tab. I'm really excited. It's been a minute since I streamed. I love playing Gambits and aggressive chess for all you guys. Let me share this stream link with everyone. Let's go. Alright, let's berserk there. That's so loud. I don't know if this new chat feature is working out. Streaming late indeed. Alright. Well, I tried to play Bushcast Gambit. We're facing a bishop's opening. Playing bishop c5. I actually faced this very interesting d4 gambit. What's up, Mr. Gambit Cow? b4 would be an interesting one as well. Kind of like a weird sort of Evan situation. Take c3. But my opponent is preparing b4 with this move a3. Which is maybe not totally necessary. b4, I'm probably just backing up with the bishop. Well, now I'm confused. I'm just going to castle. Maybe they wanted that square for their bishop. So they have a lot of control over here. So as much as I want that center break, I'm not going to go for it. What I'm instead going to do is use the c6 square for my knight, who now wants to top into d4 to attack the queen and pawn. Their knight is going to cover that. So they're okay. And also knight a5, which I might otherwise play in this position, is no longer a good move, owing to a3. So I can't say their strategy was actually all bad. What I can try to do to keep them off guard a little bit, because there is one move I have before they castle, is to actually play knight d4 anyway. Now I'm going to go pawn takes d4 with a tempo on this knight, and because their king's still here, something I can do in this position, pause the video, try to find it, is just take this pawn. Because after queen takes e4, rook e8 is actually just going to pick up their queen. Because their king was still there. And so they're not able to make that capture. And I might just play... I don't want to play rook e8 anyway because I'm scared of everybody attacking me right there on f7. So knight g5 and knight d6 both make sense. I like knight g5 because knight d6, as we've mentioned, the bishop maybe has a good storage square and it blocks this guy in a little bit awkwardly. Now with the queen right there, we can play d6 with tempo. Our queen defends this knight. It's a weird square. Oh! Another great pause the video moment and another great tactic on the board for us. Again with the tricky knight. Y'all see it? You see it? Knight check. Opening, queen takes h4. It would be a fork, but there's this pawn. But it's knight check. And next move, we will take the queen on h4. That was not a great choice. The queen should have probably slid to somewhere else. Maybe just g3, and they had some active pieces, although they were really just down a pawn for nothing. Alright, take, take, take. They take me on c7. They're going for my rook. I will go for their king. How about bishop h3? That's a piece we haven't used yet. Next move, I want to go check and mate. And I think that's what we get, because they never moved this pawn. They never finished that development. The bishop would be controlling the square. It is not. And this is a good pattern to know every time they play pawn takes f3. If you can induce that in any way, even if they have a queen, if you can induce pawn takes f3, more common, like if they have a knight there and it's not defended properly, you can capture it, force pawn takes f3. Great mating pattern, put the bishop right there, then get your queen to the g file, checkmate, check and mate. So nice opening start there. I see, sorry, I just adjusted something. What's up, Wonder Villager, Gambit Cow, Apex Chess? How y'all doing? Why? This was stupid. This little chat box feature is not updating. I wanted to get it. Oh. Oh, beautiful. What's the opponent's rating? I think it should be displayed. I think the opponent was just like 1400. I don't want to be rude. 1400 is certainly above average chess player. Alright, let's berserk. Okay, well, we're facing a French. And let's play an Alapin Gambit. Always great to get an acceptance of the Alapin. Opponent played that really fast. I could just take here with an advantage. They could still go check and take this back, which would be interesting. I want to play this Gambit, but they just kind of blitzed that part out, which is a little unfortunate. Let's just play an AC3 as if nothing happened, and maybe we can just get that accepted. No. Okay. They play knight d7 to prepare c5 to add an extra defender there. This is different. Queen takes d4 is something I'm very happy to do when there's no knight to attack my queen. Bishop c5, also I have this. So I feel like I can just take this. Knight takes e4. d5 is also a very attractive move to me, but I like here knight takes e4. It's not something I typically do with playing f3. But now I love this move, queen takes d4, and I think the queen here sits excellently. You don't want to develop queens in the beginning of the game if there's just knights that can hit you. But otherwise, this queen is just chilling in the middle of the board. Her Majesty herself, the most powerful piece on the board. And now with castles, we've got some ideas we're cooking up here. Yes, that is a good point. However, let me address that more thoroughly after this in one moment. Queen takes e4 I don't want to play because that frees the bishop. Although, I mean, it's not so much freedom. But, well, pawn takes... I like here how it's almost impossible to move. Bishop c5, I was going to take this. But maybe this is check. This is check. I may have overlooked this. Bishop c5 is still not a good move, though. Because something I can do is queen takes c5, knight takes, then I'll take d8, take, and we'll have traded queens. They'll got my rook, but I'll get the knight and bishop. But it's really hard to move. Because any bishop move other than that, like, say, bishop e7, I take this, right? That's annoying. And you couldn't move your knight because that was hanging. Queen a5 is a good move. Bishop b5 was what I wanted to do next. I think something simple like bishop c4 makes sense. Let's actually play king b1. That's going to be a doubly important move. We're guarding a2, and now bishop c5 we're taking off the table because of owing to the pressure there. So e5, good move. Where should we go with our queen? I don't want to trade queens, but I mean, my position might not be quite as good as I think it is. Yeah, it might not be quite as hot. Let's just go queen d3. Yeah, they're able to play bishop out now. e5 block this. I think I overplayed my hand a little bit, and position might just be okay for black. And I have 37 seconds, so we're going to have to step this up a little bit. Be more realistic. Queen a3 is kind of nasty. I think the gambit glass is off. I didn't gambit anything this whole game. I mean, I tried. Nothing was accepted. Rook d6 would have been a great move. I should have played it. But now they doubly can't castle again. I love stopping my opponents from castling. Love, love, love. We've got... No thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. Let's keep the queens on. Yeah, rook d6 actually had queen c5, although rook e6 check. So I have check. I have rook d5. Between those, I actually like rook d5 even better because I want to bring everybody to the party. And he's feeling a little left out. So they play rook f8 to stop bishop f7 check, which is great. Now I never have to worry about castling. No thank you. How many times can I say no? No queen trade. Queen d6, I do want rook d1 though, so I kind of wish my king were there. I think... Oh, okay, interesting. Let's play rook d1 and worry about this later. Let's try to get him. Bishop, something that's interesting to me. I have a lot of interesting ideas. This is one of them. Queen takes e6 would be mate. The other was just getting the queen to d8 like this and that. I had a few mate threats, but the king in the middle, tough situation when all my pieces are cooking. I think I also had knight takes e5 takes and rook takes e5. That was also just about checkmate. I almost forgot about my knight. But anyway, a queen landing on e6... I mean, I don't know how to stop this if you're black, because this is a situation where it's like a clearance trade of sorts, right? Like, if the bishop could move away, then this bishop is actually just in the way of queen e6, right? This is good defense. I think this is pretty brutal. Queen d5 is the most brutal. Rook takes b7 was also playable, because this bishop is overwhelmed and still there. Yeah, queen on f2 not looking so hot. Like I said, take these pawns if you want them. I will take your king. Yeah, we've got lots of pressure there. I'm just planning to take, and the knight can't move because of my other idea, which is queen d8. But rook takes b7 was also good. I didn't want to leave anybody out. I think we got this king. It never managed to escape. Queen e2. They play. I think we got him. Check here. Ah, my rook is going to be hanging. I think the best way might just be here. I don't want to make any bishop move, and then go queen takes d1, checkmate. Not much time. Maybe queen d6 would have been a better move. But I like to use all my rooks, and I don't want to keep anybody hanging. Now queen d6 is a good idea. That's mate. And, yeah, covering the e8 square, and now bishop d7 is their only legal move. Okay, nice game there. I think, yeah, it was... so you asked about the Alapin Gambit. Oh, wow, there's a lot of messages. I'm sorry. Yes, so in the Alapin here, I see a lot of recommendations around the internet to play knight d2 and then f3. I don't think it's necessary at all. Like, f3, if they play knight f6, the point is to, like, again, encourage them to take it. Typically, if they play knight f6, what I like to do is take bishop d3, chase them back, and come here. And then we don't even have to, like our top priority isn't necessarily developing this knight, and certainly not to d2. I don't know what it's doing there. But what we want to do is, right, we take this diagonal, we go queen e1, queen h4, we pressure h7. If they play h6, we take h6, and then we try to eliminate that knight with, like, knight e5, bishop g5. We try to sacrifice there on f6 and mate him on h7. These are the big ideas of the Alapin. All right, let's get back to the arena. But yeah, so knight d2 to encourage them to take on f3 I don't think is necessary, because we can make that pawn trade happen ourselves. My brother actually subscribed to his Patreon. Oh, I don't have a Patreon. Oh, Mark Esserman's Patreon, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Gambit Cow. I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you to say. The Nimzovich Gambit. e4, e6, d4, d5, e5, c5, queen g4. Can't say I know much about it. I'm not totally sure what the point is of going queen g4 and their bishop's still on f8. You know, they can still take you. They can still go cd4, knight c6, continue to attack e5. I guess you play like f4, bishop d3, knight f3. Should we berserk? Maybe let's not berserk here. All right, let's get a Goring Gambit on the board. Oh, let's play your c3. This is the Goring Gambit, which I find to be an improved version of the Danish Gambit. The reason is because we take away key options like d5 for black. In the Danish, where you just play d4, takes c3, takes with no knight f3. So this is not a good move, I believe. Well, queen a4 check forces... What's going on here? Hold that thought. I'm going to take on f7. Whoa. Interesting move I'm thinking about is taking the knight, which would be a weird queen trade, because check, there's no knight f6 anymore, so I can win their queen. I wish I could go queen e6. I wish that weren't there, but it is. The thing is, queen d5, they play c6, which does a lot of things for them. It attacks my queen. It defends their knight. And it might chase me off my bishop. Other option is queen takes c3, which is probably just the most appealing and straightforward. Because they can take my bishop, and I'll take this knight, and we'll keep queens on the board. No need for sort of really weird queen trade. I don't know. There might have been something to be said for queen d5, c6, queen h5, knight f6, bishop g5, something like this. And might have kept them rather paralyzed, but it's fine. Let's just grab our knight. So here we're not even down any material at all. This was a very strange Goring. They went knight a5, which makes a lot of sense against a queen bishop like that, but you needed to defend f7 first. They played bishop e7. Maybe I should have... Whoa, my mouse needs to chill. Maybe I should have played knight g5 last turn instead of before grabbing that knight. I can still play knight g5, to be clear. Let's just castle, see what's going on. It's a move I was going to play anyway. Now with knight f6, I think knight g5 makes a lot of sense, because what they wanted to do is play rook f8 and king g8. But we're now making this very... And that way they'd have a clean castle. It would look like one anyway. and they'd be totally fine. Here, this is really annoying, because now you step back to the 8th rank, and your rook is totally jammed in. And, for example, if this knight didn't control the square, this would be check and mate. Right? So this is an annoying situation. If I had queen a2 check, that would be cool. Pawn's in the way. We certainly can threaten to come to one of these squares with our queen. It would be cool to have a light square bishop. We don't have one. I don't know. Yeah, what if I just kind of do that in a really, just like a really straightforward boom and boom? I don't know. So let's say h6, queen b3. They have d5. I'm not sure this was so smart. What would I do after d5? I'm not sure this was so smart. I'd have to save my knight. I have pawn takes... Well, okay. They're proposing the queen trade and covering the e8. I certainly have no interest in the queen trade. They're covering the f7 square, rather. I have an 86 check. Should I want it? f4 and e5 looks like a really strong idea. I think I'm just going to develop. I kind of forgot about these guys. Here comes h6. Something that's interesting that I have is f4 takes f takes g5. And in that position, I'm winning it. Like, an 86 check is very good. Takes, but then they could propose a queen trade. I'm not sure I have something so strong. I think the most annoying option might be this. Interesting move. I'm really trying to involve all my pieces here. And I'd love to play f takes g5. And then this would be an even trade, right? We both collect a knight and pawn, right? After takes. So they're just kind of playing c6, guarding some squares. I can kind of force their hand with a move like e5. Takes. They have bishop c5 check, and taking here potentially. I think just on principle is a good move to make. It might just be more prudent to just play bishop d2 and see what's going on. Though I like the energy behind something like e5. I like its energy. What can I say? Thoughts on thinking. So here's knight d5. Now maybe this is hanging. Let's... I don't know. I was very ambitious, so maybe it would have been more prudent to finish this development. But takes... Oh, this is spicy. Things work out for you when your pieces are just so much better. Takes... Chill, mouse. Takes is check. You got nothing. You got nowhere to go. I just covered the g8 square with my queen. Takes, black is screwed. Queen f7, I would take it. Bishop f6, I would kill that. So my knight's been weirdly fish-and-pulling itself down this f-file. And I'm now up a pawn. I will take the gambit glasses off. It's only so unfair to wear them all the time. Thank you, everybody. I think here, well, pawn takes, there's bishop f6. Maybe it's time. I mean, I got so many things to take. Juicy. Let's go h3. I'm not sure. I would love to go in 86. So that was kind of my reasoning there. f5, f6 would be great. The only issue is f5. Oh yeah, I have that knight. Now I want pawn takes d6 once you're here, because now I'm now attacking that bishop. So I think this is working out pretty nicely. Yeah, my king's been untouched. And the amazing thing is I feel like I've done it without these pieces, but they're playing without both rooks. I mean, come on. Okay, now let's enjoy the fruits of our labor, which was that bishop. And this knight still can't be taken cleanly, because take, the f-file still will kill you. It's just not a knight there before I was pinning. Now it's a bishop. So moving the queen. Knight e6 check, I can play at long last. I can also just develop like a normal person. But I'd love to zigzag over there more than anything. I would love that zagging. Should we zag here or zag here? So the line I'm most concerned about that I didn't really calculate at all was takes, and then rook e8. I saw this, but for some reason I decided it was fine. All right, maybe I should just take this. We can just trade queens. We're up so much. We're up a piece. Oh, king takes. I did not expect at all. Okay. All right, let's just play chess up a piece. you know, sometimes I just like delude myself looking for this knockout blow, and it's just like just win the game. Don't like I get too cute sometimes, you know. I get very cute. Let's just bring our pieces out. We're up clean piece here. No need to get so fancy. This king might go on a total rampage. What? It's kind of annoying. Let's try and trade off for that guy. Yeah, I mean, hard to track down kings without a queen on the board. I feel like I'm not doing a great job here. All right, let's do better. Just kind of confusing me a little bit. Pinning that. All right, let's attack the pin. Trades would be great for simplification. This is doable. Takes will defend my rook. And I'm actually winning a piece with this exchange. So this looks like a very promising pawn. This is fine now. I've got the king cut off. Alright. And now we just mow him down. Alright. I had to win the old-fashioned way. I couldn't checkmate there, so I had to just be up a piece and trade everything down. Which is the right way to play. You know, if you are just up a piece out of your attack, that's great. Make sure you win the game. And that is a very safe way to win a chess game. Alright. We can play 5-0, 3-0, or 10-0, or 1-0. Why don't y'all cast your votes? What's up? Hero Pawn, yeah. You recently went on an exposition on how and when I decided to play more solid versus dubious gambits. Can you give me some more detail? If you give me more detail, I'll tell you which one it was. Thank you. YanYan Gambit Part 2, yeah. Well, let's see if I get some YanYans on stream here. Alright, 3-0, 5-0, 10-0. Any votes? I guess I'll do 5-0 then. Maybe you guys are on a delay. I hope not. Thank you. I wonder if I can edit. You guys aren't on any delay. So let's try to play some more aggressive and instructive chess. I hope this stream continues to give you guys good feel for how to do it yourself. I'm sorry. I am now seeing your messages. You guys are on a delay. I feel badly. It's like, why are you guys ghosting me? The Tenno Arena is a little late in it. Alright, we just got a game in 5-0. Alright, I can explain things in 5-0, don't worry. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. Let's shrink. I don't know why that's part of this. Alright, everything looks good. Alright, bush gas. Maybe another opportunity to let that pawn hang. and I'll play an AC6. Okay, we got fully declined, and also potentially bishop g5 coming, which would be annoying, and it castled a little early. I think here the best way to deal with this is going to be like bishop e7, actually coming back while I still can. I haven't played d6 yet. I would play g5, but only if my king could go long. What's up, Blake? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, everyone. Yeah, so I'm playing bishop e7 here because this pin is nasty, right? Imagine I just played d6, then knight d5 comes, right? Then I either have to play g5, which exposes my king and invites sacrifices, or like pressure builds here, and at minimum I have to play pawn takes. So bishop e7 I'm much happier about, and it already puts this move on the table, which could work. So if they were just free capture, then I take h4 and success, right? If they take e7, then we're going to go down some crazy rabbit hole where I go takes, they go takes, I go takes, they go takes, I go takes b2, they go bishop b3 probably, so that I don't take there, and maybe my knight's in some hot water, so maybe not. Alright, let's just play d6 for now. Yeah, they're going to take. But if their queen were on d2, would that be more appealing? Is it more appealing now? Takes. Each side needs to keep going in deeper and deeper. Takes. I now made this pawn kind of hanging, didn't I? How can I make this crazy situation work for me? Alright, let's just continue developing, and let's keep this in mind. Because the other thing I want to do with this knight, I mean, assuming there's no craziness, is just kind of this move knight h5. Oh, they take it, because they don't want knight takes e4. They were scared off by it. Alright. And they bring the knight to d5. I can't keep the bishop pair. Nothing I can really do about that. Something I can do... Well, not even. Yeah, I kind of like this move, knight d4. I think this knight was doing nothing. Knight a5 was not on the table after a3, because there's bishop a2. So I like this move, knight d4. This feels like a good defender of their king, kind of in general. And I wanted to play c6. I didn't want this knight hanging around forever. So, you know, if this happens, it happens. It was fine making that trade. I really had almost nothing else that could improve my position. I'd love to maybe keep this on the board. I mean, I could just play c6 and encourage this trade. Yeah, I don't know why I feel so strongly about the dark square bishop. I think it's time to make this trade. I am trying to play for something in a position where there's really not much to play for. But we're going to do our best here. I would be happy playing... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I would be happy playing f takes e6. They're going to take that away from me as well. The least I can do is make it hard for them with their rook. Let's see here. I'll play queen g6, threatening take h3. And what I'm also doing while I still have this bishop is preparing f5, which I think is the one thing that could maybe get my rooks cooking. I want f5 there. Okay, now takes. I'm happy to put your rook on an annoying square for a second. And maybe in the future, queen e6 has some double attack. Alright, it's time to play f5, and let's go with these guys. That's a critical pawn trade. Something to note about this is once these two disappear, I will lose any king and pawn endgame. Because they will have 3 versus 2, a clean 3 versus 2. You know, imagine takes right now, right? Oh, your rook takes f5. I can't create a passed pawn over here because I've got my extra pawn is a doubled one. Question is, do I want f4 right now? I probably just want to build. Kind of want here and see what's up. Maybe f4. The thing is, I'd love to have that square. Okay, they come back. It's tough without any pieces to generate an attack. Like there's so many, like I could work with Knight would be beautiful. Dark square bishop. Give me something. All I'm facing is a stone wall of pawns with my rooks. Might be time to shift here and start looking at d5. Gotta not lose that. Now we're in a spot where maybe they want to take. I feel like I've... Nothing... Oh, it's interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take this. This is interesting. This is interesting. I like that they're playing for something too. I like that we're both going for it. All right, I'm way down on time, which I think could be the most decisive factor in a game where things are quite equal. I'm willing to trade queens because pawn takes is forced right now, which is probably annoying. Okay, here's what we're going to do. D5 forces E5 right now, right? I'll save. Yeah, so now, yes. Look what I've done to their pawns. Look what I've done to their pawns. Forcing G takes F3, and now this is very annoying. I'm taking that. They're playing F4 to defend. I have G5 here, but maybe C4 is better. Let's just play King F7. I think G5 could be good. They're trying to take that away. Not sure what's happening. C4. I think I just gave them Rook D1 for no reason. Oh! No. I was going to say I had the most brilliant idea. It was stupid. Let's go Rook B6. Short on time here, but just G6 I think is going to... Or King E6, rather. King E6. We've really subdued their pawns, and I'm trying to focus on mine now. I can play H5 check if I want, but there's no reason. I'd love to get a pair of rooks off. Or they can just go Rook D1. My king's not in its most optimal spot. I want this check and king in. Rook G4, I think, and we're cooking, right? Almost anywhere Rook G4. King E4 is very strong, but I like this. I feel like slowly but surely we're controlling this position, but also running out of time. Oh, I can't go take, and I lose that. But, okay, we can pre-move this. Alright, we just gotta be really fast. Oh, Rook's off is great. And just D3 and go. This is just a beast of a pawn now. Even C3 is simplest. Now I have a checking shield of their pawn. And we got him. There we go. Rook in front, right? There we go. Okay, wow, interesting endgame. Interesting endgame there. Sorry I wasn't really reading the chat. Met GM Leonid crits. Cool. Where? Yeah, but yeah, interesting endgame. I think just it was an equal game most of the way. But I think the main parts of that there was that we were able to stop their pawns. like really, like I froze their pawns. And to be able to and then eventually I just cleaned them all up, right? What defines whether the passed pawns are strength or weaknesses is the mobility of them, right? If you tell me this pawn can't move for the rest of the game, then that's going to be a situation where I can just attack it on that square easily. And the strength of a pawn is the fact that it can move. And the fact that, you know, it can someday try and become a queen. So, oh, YanYan Gambit. Ooh, cool. Oh, we got the whole YanYan accepted. Gambit glasses on. So now, yep. What we want to do in the YanYan is, so we're playing c3, they play d5, which is one of the most common ways to play against the Alapin. And we're putting our queen on e2, bishop on f4. So we've got a few key ideas here. Number one is castles long, with the rook immediately putting pressure on the queen. We're going to have a very quick castle. Number two is knight b5, looking at knight c5. Or knight d6 check, which people don't often realize in this line. Bishop g4, we're going to deflect that guy away. We're already in a spot here. Oh, knight d5 was interesting. I was expecting this. I think knight d5 is a much better move. Knight d5 is a much better move that's going to keep this game interesting. Alright, they're attacking my bishop. We're just going to back up. Because knight d5 is the main antidote to knight b5, right? I was going to castle, and then I was just going to play g4, attacking the bishop, bishop g6, and I was going to take that for free with my rook hitting. If I play knight b5 now, they can play e6 to stop knight d6 check. I also don't have my g4 resource anymore now they put my bishop there in time. So a lot of props to them on that move. I'm just going to castle and continue here. I don't have g4, which is a good way. It would have been take, and c4 would have been kind of my main idea here. All right, you're pushing it, bud. So my knight doesn't only have the b5 square, it has the c4 square. And we are attacking this queen that jumps either here or here, and I still would love to play knight d6 check, which I can do from either of these spots. Chess Club in Boston. Oh, don't go there. Oh, I was going to demonstrate some cool ideas. I don't want the impression to be that that's why they lost. This position is already lost. Queen a6 or queen b5, I was going to go knight d6 check, which wins it. And otherwise, their only spot is d8. And now knight d6 check. Oh, it's such a sick move. Oh, my mouse is spazzing. Yeah, it's +5. Knight d6 check here. Great move. Bishop defends. So, you know, it's not immediately clear, but I guess bishop f5 check. e6, rook takes d5. This is looking pretty good. You can't take here because the bishop will pin this way. This is very well defended, and otherwise we can win the queen here a variety of ways, and not a good spot. So the YanYan Gambit claims another victim. The point is, yeah, so we play c3 to try and play d4, and d5 is one of the most common moves. I have a full video on the YanYan repertoire that you can find so to fully learn how to play this. But yeah, takes d3, takes, and these are all the main YanYan ideas. We want to play knight b5 or knight c4 because we're looking at c7 or d6. But moreover, what we want to do is we want to castle. We want to put a lot of threats there. Even if they're able to defend everything, get the king out of the middle, we're still in a really nice situation where we can attack. But often, you know, they don't even get that far. So yeah, cool line where we develop really quickly, especially on the queen side. Stream's going pretty well so far. YanYan too strong. What repertoire would I recommend when the Bush Gas Gambit transposes to an Italian game? Yeah, so I have a lot of videos kind of covering this, but basically, there's a couple links. Ooh, as I get a King's Gambit, that's interesting. E4, E5. Oh, talk about interesting. I know what to do here. Is e takes d4, and now the best move, as I understand it, is an interesting position because my pawn's overwhelmed. I don't want to take here because I don't want this endgame in any capacity or even takes. But what I want to do here is I'm going to play knight f6, and now whether they play e5 or takes, my only goal is to put a bishop there. So even if they took last turn, I was going to play knight b d7 and put a bishop on c5. because you have no idea how strong this bishop is going to be. It is an absolute killer against king's gambits. Any time that f-pawn moves, putting a bishop right there cuts castling forever. So they're trying to defend against this. But, oh, I'm cooking with a couple of different diagonals here. Don't give me so many ingredients. Oh, my goodness. So many ingredients with which to cook. Check. Got a couple orders. Oops. I can't take a call right now. I'm busy. Okay. Bishop c5. Now check. This is it. This is it. g3 now. Did I mess this up? Takes. What was my plan there? If I take the rook, then I lose 2 pieces for the rook. Okay, well, I have to take it now. I wanted to take away bishop f2 in this position by having my bishop here. But I think just h takes g3. No, I don't think that was their best move. I'll have to revisit this. I can go check and claim that bishop, or I can just grab this rook. What do we think? Let's grab the rook. Now, this is annoying. I can't castle. But neither can they. They're moving their king right now. And I'll play... Ooh, I didn't think they'd give me my choice of these moves with check. I thought they'd go to a light square. So... both the knight and the bishop are defended. Something... Oh, I have a nice move that I think might win a piece. It's knight f2. Now, if you don't take my knight, I'm playing knight e4 check, trying to win your bishop. Although you have maybe just this. I probably should have taken one of these pawns, or even both of them. Yeah, because I was gonna say if they took, then I would win one of these. They play queen takes d5. We can keep hitting that queen, but it's annoying that I can't castle at this moment. I want to put a rook right there. Knight c6, they have knight f3. Okay, the other option is takes, bishop e3, knight e4 check. Maybe this line works. Could work. There's no reason I shouldn't do it. Also, this bishop that's been bothering me so is going to move. So that seems good. Yeah, this seems difficult to defend. King e2 would be the only thing that holds it all. But yeah, now you're inviting more pieces to join the party, or just a very nice queen takes h2. I like more pieces in the party. When I throw a party, I invite everybody. Or as many people as I can. King d3. Yeah, let's take that with check. And now... for my final act, I will make the enemy queen disappear. Check, king d4, check, king c5, check, king takes c6, bishop d7. It's wholly unnecessary, but it's cool. I think even just knight c6 right away, this is probably just the best move. Because just the simple knight c6 here controls d4 and now makes this checkmate. And there's really not anything like I think that whole line worked. Check here, check, king c5. I'm just trying to make their king go away from their queen's defense, but just bringing out more pieces can never be a bad move. You know, unless you're hanging something, unless your opponent has something urgent they can do. But otherwise, yeah. Like, their king's on e4. There was no reason I had to rush. This is a bad situation. Any chess players whose games I really admire? I mean, yes, obviously. If I'm trying to pick one right now, excuse me. I think I have f5 right now, though. I'm just, tension's a little bit split. I think I've covered every square. Covered that, covered that, covered that, covered that. I think we got him. What a nice checkmate. And the bishop takes away e3. I love Fischer's games. I mean, I will say, I love I mean, he had a very aggressive style. I mean, when he could. I love his Evans Gambit games. I love Morphe's Evans Gambit games. You know, I think those were the first games I remember studying as a kid, kind of. But for Fischer to still play it at such a high level so much time later, it's just really incredible. I think that would have kind of a very American-centric way of teaching, perhaps. Today, I really like Dubov's games, and his innovative and aggressive strategy in the openings. Certainly. I think in general, I don't know if I choose particular players so much as I like particular games. Let's get another YanYan. Queen takes in that line. King could have to c3. Queen takes e2 in which line? Yeah, I did. I probably should have analyzed that game. I did mess something up there. This one's kind of interesting. I got a YanYan not accepted yet. I would like this to happen. I like how it accelerates my development. Queen takes e7. Sorry, I just wish I knew what position you were talking about. Okay, we got a YanYan the way I wanted. There's just no knight b5 because of a6. However, a6 has a downside, which is that I might be able to use one of these squares. So we're going to keep the main YanYan ideas. YanYan Gambit accepted. Again, second one of the day. This is fun stuff. Castles. Simple formula. Queen, bishop, rook. Oh my goodness. No. No. The last guy already fell for this. Knight c4 attacking the queen and hopping into d6. They never learn. Bishop b1 first might be even more brutal. I think... Is bishop b1 first? Like check is already killer. Let's go bishop b1 first. So we still have this defended, but basically I wanted to open this rook once I put the king in this spot. Check. People always forget about this. The pawn is pinned. You gotta play e6 at some moment for at least bishop takes d6. But yeah, the queen and the rook are gonna toast this poor king. Oh man, it's gonna be brutal. Because here, yeah, I'm gonna take just for fun, just because I can. And you are probably coming right back. Oh, I can take this. King e8. Let's take this. We gotta go back. And I'll just come back as well. Oh, no. That's a fork. Gambit glass is on. Gambit glass is another victory. Yeah, so the YanYan Gambit against... it's 2 in a row. It's 2 in a row. It's pretty awesome. They played here d5. We played a3, a6, d3, and we give them another opportunity to take it, and they do. And we get everything we wanted very quickly. And here is a situation where black needs to be extremely careful getting out of the way of this. Because, yeah, they've got this issue. They've got the knight hopping into here. They've got a lot of things that can kill them fast. Right, so if they play something like bishop d7, what I would probably do is just like knight f3, so bishop d7 to cover this, right? Instead of queen a5, which we'll talk about why that was an issue in a moment. But what I would do here is I would now play knight d6 check. They moved that once, so now it takes bishop takes d6, and I would try to keep that bishop here to cut them from castling as long as I can. If they really want to cling to their precious extra pawn, you know, this could end badly for them a number of ways. I think there's something interesting. I'll turn on the engine here. You just rook e1, it's saying, and this just sucks for black. This just sucks for black. They can try and play knight e7 to castle, but I think the issue becomes that, yeah, there's knight e5, and then bishop moves out of the way, and this is just a nasty pin. And so many attacking ideas here, even though they made it out of the center because my development is just so strong, and the files are just so incredibly strong here. What happened in the game was even more unfortunate, and what happened to my last two opponents, they moved their queen to a spot where knight c4 had a tempo, and in that situation, knight d6 check just comes so strong, and here, yeah, just not fun. What I was trying to do with this was they were going to go here, I was going to go back check, they were going to go here, then I was going to take this, they were going to go here, I was going to go back, and oh, eventually I was going to figure it out, but I just kind of took away that stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think this is a spot where I can make any knight move and probably just play knight f3, and not fun for black. So YanYan Gambit. Find the full repertoire video so that you know, if you have questions about what black can do against, say, this line, right? Not playing e takes d3 yet. Well, that's all covered in the original video, so subscribe. Yeah, the YanYan decline lines. What's up? Shira, Skunky, Gambit Cow. Thanks for joining. After queen takes d7. There is queen takes d7 after king takes c6. I want to know what you guys are talking about in this analysis. Oh, but I have a game. Yeah, in the YanYan decline lines, you can play around it. You can play. I mean, this is. Let me send you that link, real quick. Actually, let me finish my game. Okay. Well, my opponent is Vienna-ing. Maybe f4. Slow down, you crazy child. So ambitious for a juvenile. How do I deal with this? Seems annoying. I think we should just play g6. Big hello from Edmonton. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining. Bishop e6, probably not helpful. I think f5 is kind of interesting. I don't know, trying to play knight d4. This is interesting. Okay, they go here. Oh, okay, but now I'm not going to give you another option to take, another chance to take this. This seems good. This seems good. Okay, yeah, I did want that square. I think they're aware that this is a situation where bishop g4 would have trapped the queen. I really want them to castle, then he's going to g5, g4. It can still trap the queen. Just g5. They're trying to run away. g5, they should play g4, right? Can I play h5? Stupid. Let's do it. I should castle. I should just go, like, I should get out of here. That's a good move. That's a good move. g4 now takes this as check. That's a good move. Good idea. I don't know. I want to trap your queen, though. Did I mention I want to trap your queen? I might have forgot to mention that part. Go Oilers. Yes. We, my friends and I were in Canada, I am Canadian, for Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. In Quebec, not in Edmonton. But whole bar was rooting for you, me included. Sorry. Sorry it didn't work out. What do I got here? Take. But what a run. The cup will come back to the motherland someday. Why don't you just take me already? Why are you... Okay, I'm just gonna go here. After all that. Los Angeles, Seattle, Toronto, Beantown. Welcome, everyone. Alright, we're getting rid of this pesky knight. It's been... Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for juvenile, but then if you're so smart. I don't think I handled this well. I feel like I lost the battle for these squares. Alas, we will win the war. We will win the war. We're first to castle. Now they're trying to attack me. A4, A5. That's not a bad idea. My opponent's good. Did not realize how good they were. What am I going to do about this bishop? A5 probably. There's no comfortable choice there. Okay, an A7 now. B5 is good. That's what I wanted to happen. We lock that down. It's a major victory. And if I can get rid of this bishop, then I can use this square on G8. I can't get rid of the bishop, but we can do some things. D5, let's just get in the way. Let's just keep it going. I think their king's in a bad spot. Ooh. Speaking of in a bad spot, just got in a much worse spot. I'm liking this. Can I sneak in there? Yeah, well, you're going to play king b2. But I like this move. Can I make this is check right now, which is kind of annoying, and now it takes because my queen left there. C6. I should have played this move. C6 made a lot of sense with my bishop here. G4. Okay, but why don't I just open this? Yeah. Oh, I'm so low on time. That's crazy. I have also takes f2, which I just realized. The queen just moved for the first time. So takes f2 should be really good. This is a good move, though. Yeah, suddenly their whole position's disintegrating. These are all hanging, everything I just highlighted. What do I want most? Queen takes spicy. I want to go in there. They should play bishop b1. I can go in here, maybe. Try and take that. I'm just trying to get their king, you know? Did I miss an f3 opportunity? Maybe. E4. Seem like good ideas. It's just a lot of good ideas. Let's just defend that. I don't know. Probably that was worth it. Could have been, but I just want to keep everything on the table. I don't need to give them anything. I don't need to give them an inch. There. Knight moves. The only thing they have is just like one check. Okay, let's just take things. Okay, 13 seconds. Can I win this in 13 seconds? It's just horrendous time management on my part. This position is extremely winning. Rook swing? I should have gone queen a4 first. No, what am I doing? Just let that hang. Even still, this position's just that good. I just hung a full rook. Are they lost right now? Is that possible? Oh, wow. Smart way to not lose immediately. Oh, I mean one! That was checkmate one. Okay, tough game. We learned some valuable lessons about time management. Some valuable lessons. That's true. All four corners. Edmonton, LA, Toronto, Florida here. Represent. All four corners. Olympics have indeed started. Good start for USA and South Sudan basketball. That's about all I watched today, actually. Could not tell you what's happening in any of the other sports. Although I'm excited to watch. I love the Olympics. I love getting super into niche sports for a few weeks. And then following them again 4 years later. Curling in the Winter Olympics. I was going to say swimming in the Summer Olympics. Not that niche. Water polo. It's a great sport. I'm always so impressed by water polo athletes. I was watching some of that today. Fencing. It's a good one. Especially if you're a big Star Wars fan like me. It's like, whoa. The equivalent of the comments that I'm making about these sports right now is basically like someone watches chess for the first time, right? And so what would they say? It would be like, well, it's cool. You shuffle the pieces around and they're all a little different, but it's probably a little slow. Something like this. You know, it's like, how do these comments sound to someone who's actually into water polo or into fencing? I always find that dynamic funny. I think my opponent's toast here, by the way. Like, I'm going to kill them right there. Queen b3. Like, this is too long to not castle, bro. Too long. Too long. Knight can come there. Fine. I think just here, f6. What are we thinking? Then queen here. Queen b3. Okay, let's start with bishop g5. Been to Toronto one time for the Raptors parade. What a time. Everyone was super chill. Really liked it. Down in Florida, mofos are crazy. That seems like a very accurate account of things. That seems like a very accurate account. Let's just save the bishop. I was going to go queen b3, but then I'm like, well, I've stopped you from castling regardless. I think if they spent the time for any queen move there, then they're in a spot where queen b3 really kills them, because it hits f7. And really no defense. Yeah, so right now, knight would be good. That's a big idea. Queen and bishop is also good. The thing about queen and bishop right now is that, like, let's say they go to a5, right? And then I go check, and then I go here. It's like it's in the wrong order. I think this is best. And like I said, they can't castle. And soon that will be permanent. Here. Fun top around. parade was the day of my high school prom. All the boys showed up late and sweaty, and their dates were all mad. That's very funny. And the Raptors won in 2019. This is going to be brutal. I got 2 diagonals with which to cook. I think, honestly, this might just end the game. Queen d5, queen e7, bishop c5 resigns. Queen d5, rook f8, bishop c5. I'll go bishop c5 first. No. Yes. No. A rook on d1 would be cool. Let's go here. Now a hit on f7 checkmates, right? So now this would be like boom or boom, boom. I'm having a lot of fun here. So yeah, okay. I don't even need that knight for the moment because queen d5, rook f8 takes. I think that's all she wrote. Don't know what you're gonna do about this. Look at these bishops just screeching down these diagonals, bro. This was just a nice game, though, because I think my opponent was just a little slow getting, like you know, they played d6, e6, bishop d7, all this stuff, and I'm just kind of here like, okay, I castled. What if I don't let your next 2 moves be knight e7 and castle, right? So right now, I'm already thinking, I don't want your next move being knight e7, so I'm just going to develop with tempo, hitting here, and I'm just going to kind of keep playing with tempo. And now we're in a spot where I provoked f6, right? Because here, if you play knight e7, well, actually, what was the issue? That was probably just a good move. Knight d5 I would play. Castles, then knight f6 check, which is probably really annoying at minimum. You have to give your bishop there because I would take this otherwise. So that's really good. And then otherwise, yeah, now you're cut off from castling. Great. Let me keep causing problems. I want to go there. I want to come here. So I'm just continuing to put pressure, play with tempo, bring out all my pieces, make these killer threats until the job's done. These super solid positions are tough to crack. I mean, there were a lot of cracks here. Like, bishop f4 was just kind of the most natural to me. d5, very on the table here because that's forcing a pawn trade. And I'm just thinking, like, I just don't want you to do this and this. I just don't want you to do this and this, right? So what move stops that? Knight b5 here was probably an even better move than bishop f4, honestly. I think knight b5 here was a great move, and I missed it, now that I think about it. How do you defend d6? You go bishop c8, then I play bishop f4. And how are you dealing with this? So that's a tough situation, because e5 there, take, and then I have knight d6 check. Yeah, knight b5 is, wow, just brutal. Bishop f8? Seriously, what are you playing? Bishop f8? King e7? Yeah, you mean e6 here is very weakening. Even if knight f6 in this position, I'm still trying to play e5. I still don't want you to castle. So, like, let's say take, knight moves somewhere. My opponent resigns. But, yeah, I mean, if you're, like I want to castle first, and I want to castle last. I don't want you to do it. I want to get you in the center. Have I tried ZYN pouches? I don't know what that means. Yeah, opponent getting cooked now. I was responding to something before that was like a very good question about openings, and I just kind of forgot what I was talking about. So if anyone out there still wants me to discuss another YanYan Gambit, nope. You gotta strike at the center there, or else you're just handing me the whole middle. This is gonna be an improved French. I actually had the opportunity to deny that, maybe with d5, and it might have been a good choice. Just play d5 here. I think that was actually kind of, would have been a really brutal choice. Potentially there could be like a check and then d6. Imagine like d5, take, knight away, check, and like d6. I don't know, something like that. But this is going to be a really nice French. Okay, and I'm very happy to make this dark square bishop trade. Good, this is going to be a very instructive game. I like this. This is shaping up to be a really nice instructive one. So dark square bishop trade is going to be great here, because with this pawn structure, their good bishop is going to be the one opposite their center pawns, the one not restrained by their center pawns. Like this one sucks. It's blocked in on all these diagonals, right? The dark square bishop is the good one. And for me, the opposite was true. The opposite was true. If my queen were on d1 and I played knight takes d2, I would have bishop takes h7 here. But I don't have it because check. But anyway, my point I was going to finish, my light square bishop is my best bishop. It's unrestrained by these pawns, and it's got a glorious diagonal here. So I'm very happy to have swapped my bad bishop, so to speak, the dark square one, with their dark square one. Okay, let's try to attack. Let's start them off with knight c3, useful move no matter what. Let's see kind of what my opponent's thinking here. So they can't take twice on d4. I will play bishop takes h7, check and win their queen. What we can do... Alright, let's play simple castles. Let's play some castles. What they're trying to do was knight takes d4. Okay, interesting line here. I'm going to play h4. If they take, then I'm going to play h5. In that position, their knight needs to move. Once their knight moves... Yeah, they didn't see this. I would have rather done this with a nice attack, though. But once their knight moves here, basically, here's the trick, is that I will have bishop takes h7 check, winning the queen. So they will have to lose that knight, unless they want to lose the queen. However, this was maybe not the worst trade in the world for them, because they can now take e5, and they'll have actually collected 3 pawns for the piece, which was not really a trade I was so keen on allowing. Easier for me was probably to just conclude knight a4, or even knight b5, and try and play, like, no, probably not knight b5. Easiest way here is maybe, yeah, knight a4. Queen a5. I don't want to trade queens, though. I like this choice I made. If they played h5, they would be in real hot water after, like, the queen coming into g5 and such. Okay, they take that. Take that. So, okay, they took that way, which is interesting. I'm not sure f takes was... Like, they opened the rook, but I'm not sure. I feel like they're abandoning their pawns a little bit. Let's play key 3 or key 1. They don't have e5 because of this, so I'm just going to stack them up. Oh, did I just ask for this? No, I forgot h3. But I don't know why I put it here. It's a poor choice of a square. d4 also maybe bishop e2. They have queen c5 to defend it. I don't know how I was just oblivious to this. Anyway, my next move is rook e1 if I can. d4, yeah, I have rook h3, which saves me. Next move, knight e4. 28 seconds. Oh, why did you do that? Just put his rook right there. Take? Does it work? Why not? Queen takes d5 check and queen d8. Why not? Nobody's home. Nobody's home. How did I just get this absolute gift of rook f7? What a move. Here, you still can't take my knight. Rook e8 will be a new problem for you. Kind of brutal. What if they play knight f5 instead of knight g6? Great question. I think I could have taken d5 in that position. This pawn was overwhelmed defending both those things. Also g4. Very on the table. Sorry, I need to finish this game. Let's just trade everything. Yeah, rook e8, trade everything. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, I can force it. Oh, well, king takes, they can play. Okay, well, they didn't. Get it all off. Yum, 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 yum. Almost mate. Nice. GG there. Yeah, so basically, you guys were asking about this. Oh, good night. Yeah, why is there no Greek gift there? Great question. because I couldn't get my queen to h7 properly, right? So, like, you can imagine... Oops. Yeah, let's have a look at this game. I mean, that was the last game in the arena. So, c takes d4. Yeah, my opponent plays e6. And we get a great French here. An advanced French would typically be the pawns here and here. But with c takes d4 included, it's a little early. It gives me access to knight c3. It's not necessary. Like, I'm not threatening d takes c5. It is an option if you want to use this route to f5, though, so I get that. But bishop to b4 check, not a great choice, because that trade is great for me. And knight takes d2 was also possible there. Anyway, so yeah, this position, knight f5, if it were played, I would have probably tried this with queen f4. And what I want to do next turn, well, maybe there's queen b6 here. But let's say something like this. I would love to play g4 and like h4 if possible, and really get him there. So like take away knight g6 with h5, maybe h6 here. I mean, that seems like a great idea. Beeline to h6, g6, and queen f6. So just a lot of attacking possibilities here with this bishop pointing down this way, and this pawn kind of closing off this other part of the board. So I really like that, and my king should probably be somewhere on g2 or something like this. I feel like that I'm safest there because even though my pawns are up, I feel like black can't touch me. I'm so dominant in the king side in a situation like this. Yeah, so good question about knight f5. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Cesar passed me in this arena. Congrats to Cesar. He passed me at the last second. Congrats to him. Or her. He's played 6 games, won 6 games. I played 7 games, only won 6 games. So that's very fair that I would lose that one. Why don't we play another arena? Which do you guys like of the arenas in front of you? 1, 3, 5, or 10? Oh no, what's happening? Okay. 10? I could play 10. Hourly Rapid Arena. Getting some votes for 10. Getting a few votes for 10. Do you guys want more analysis of the games? Or less analysis of the games? By the way. Give your input. I only mean after the games. My commentary will remain regardless. 10-0 is good. This will be very high quality chess. High quality attacks. High quality gambits. I'm excited for this. Let's bring the energy. I'm 2538 question mark. I'm provisional.
10.
I've played not many rapid games.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
More analysis,
1,
you got it.
0.
And the analysis will be more worthwhile because they'll be slower, better games. And I'll flag less. I often have that issue. Alright, first game, 2285. I expect a high quality game here. 10-0, we're slowing it down against a strong opponent. My monitor is spazzing like crazy. Alright. Now, this could be a Philidor. Could be a... But I think we'll try to play this with f4. And maybe we'll get a little Grand Prix attack kind of action. No. It is a Philidor. Let's play your bishop to c4. Jesus Christ, this monitor is freaking out. This doesn't affect you guys, but it's just really crazy for me. One sec. Okay, no. Might be the cable associated with my monitor. That's the issue. Okay. My opponent's playing this very simply, and I will as well. D3 simply to defend my pawn. And what makes a huge difference here is the fact that their bishop is not on c5, which would otherwise be very annoying for me, preventing me from long castling. My opponent plays c6, which is always a very secret idea, to probably play b5 at some moment. So I may here play a4. I believe d5 is not really on the table for them. I'm going to take it. So I'm going to play here a4 to take that away. D5. Okay, they played a d7. They're just doing their little Philidor setup. And I'm going to play knight f3. I believe the option most concerning to me was takes. Bishop takes and then d5, which would have been an interesting strike at my otherwise very solid, nice, pretty setup. Here, I really, really like my setup. I really like my setup. I feel like all my pieces are doing great. I love that I got this pawn to f4 successfully. King's castled. These rook and bishop can coordinate on f7. And I alternatively have the option to maybe play f5, lock that down, unleash this guy, shift the queen around, maybe g4, g5, try to attack that way. Regardless, I think if I got another move right now, king h1, always a very useful move, stepping off of this diagonal. Very, very useful. Against d6, do I go for the Grand Prix attack setup? Yes. I love the Grand Prix attack. I really like this. So this would be the same setup that I would have, almost this exact position. Maybe a4 wouldn't be very useful if their bishop were on g7. But here, right, I recommend for black, let's say black's played e4, e5. I played bishop c5, f4, d6. If the bishop's on c5 here, it just makes such a huge difference because it's a very good piece cutting this way. And black can hold that very well. Otherwise, this position's really not so scary. They're just kind of holding their little ball there. So they're playing here a5, maybe to play knight b6 without being bothered. And maybe at some moment to prepare d5. I'm probably going to play here queen 1. Maybe I should take this, though. Maybe I should take this and get rid of their other ideas. What I'm most concerned about is takes, bishop takes, knight b6, hitting this guy. I back up. Then d5. I'm not sure it's even a great choice. I don't want to help them so much. I'm going to play queen e1. I expect maybe queen c7, and then maybe I'll trade. So here we go, coming around. We're also in a spot here where queen b6 check. I can counter with bishop e3. Queen takes b2, and I believe I could trap it. They're just playing rook e8. And now they're going to maybe do some little maneuver there. I think now with rook e8, now is a great time. Because rook e8 against here really prepares pawn takes f4 and d5 to really, and then like bishop c5 check, and they really want to get that. So now is a great time to make sure this e-file stays shut forever. They just put the rook on e8, and now it's going to be staring at its own pawn for the rest of the game. And it should be maybe defending f7, which would free this knight. So that's a good situation. It already puts knight g5 as the first possible major threat of the game I can make. It would force rook f8 right back. Not sure I have a great follow-up there. So the question is queen g3 or queen g4. I like queen g3 because the only downside to queen g3 would be a knight h5 as something that could be bothersome. However, we just established that the knight might not want to move. So they continue to shift that way, but this continues to get more and more suspicious because I can continue adding threats. Potentially like bishop to h. So like it should be very solid for them. But I'm trying to break through. d4 is already kind of on the table because of this, but it doesn't accomplish much. Just speaking very stream of consciousness here. Let's play bishop h6. This can't possibly be a bad move. And if knight h5, maybe bishop takes f7 check, and we connect. But yeah, I love that I trade this f pawn for this d pawn. And I love that I have this f-file. And I think my rooks are playing and their rooks aren't. Also, great diagonal for my bishop. Great diagonal for my bishop. Oh, they did it. Oh. Can I knock him out? Bishop takes f7 check. King takes. Oh. Oh. What do we got? King takes. Where am I going with this knight? Takes, check, king g8. Come on, give me something, give me something. Check here. I might just have nothing, which would be unfortunate. Yeah, I think I have nothing. I think that was well played on their part. And any queen g4, they can bring the other knight to f6. So, wow, I think I was kind of banking on having something in this position, but I don't. I kind of just, based on vibes, thought this would work. But not appropriate to play based off vibes unless it's blitz. Queen g4, yeah, this is a good move. Queen h3, this is a good move. What's the other option? I just come back and let you take it? Can I get him there? I can get him there. Okay, wait. Okay, this isn't all bad. Right? Well, this is annoying, actually. Queen f2, there's bishop c5 at minimum. The big sacrifice is not working. And it really forces me to backpedal tremendously. Queen g4 here. Queen g5. Okay, wait. Why didn't I just play like this? What am I wasting my time about? Queen g4. That knight over. Which holds everything together for them. And then I sneak up there. We're still applying the pressure. We're still applying the pressure. I think this is practically forced. I don't know what else you'd do. G6 is really asking for some big sacrifices there. Okay, so now queen g5. Now how do you attack my queen? Any knight move makes that knight hang. But you can't move this knight because of that checkmate threat. But you can't play king h8 because of takes. Because it takes. Actually, I don't know if this is working. My big issue right now is knight takes e5. I'm not sure that was the best way to play for black. Although, it might have been actually. Just putting all my chips in the basket of checkmating them. This appears to be harder than I thought. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lose that bishop. It's actually quite unfortunate. King h8, and I think I've lost the bishop. Because bishop f8 was a good move because it opened this defense, which is now allowing for king h8. Yeah, it is a fun plan. It is a fun plan. I think when I played bishop h6. Not great timing. f4. Why would you do that? I'm trying to block my rook. I don't have g3 because of h3. In a little bit of a bind. Knight f5, they can take it is the big issue. Otherwise, how do I move around? This might be a good idea. Might be my only idea. Bringing the rook there. Not clear to me what's happening now. King h8. Now they're not threatening to take my bishop, because this is now no longer defended. I think they could have won a piece if they did it properly. Although it's never obvious. Interesting situation. Knight f4 is a good spot. I mean, my opponent's a strong player. Trying to maybe play rook g3 now and overwhelm this pawn. Takes rook g3. They have knight g6. So, well, no, they never really have knight g6 because I can take it and queen takes owing to this pin. I've got a lot of guys helping, but they've got some guys helping, right? The reason my attack didn't just like work is because my opponent actually had good pieces. Control of important squares. You know, like their pieces are defending important things. Played bishop h6, like needing this pin, but then my queen was able to kind of be hit a lot. What's up, Aziz? Did I see YanYan beat a 2380 in 9 moves with a trap in the Philidor? No. Send the PGN of the game. Right it here. Knight g4. So now I can't use either of these, and this is under threat. It's not fun. Yeah, I need to be able to attack one of these things, but I can't. Knight of I could play takes. This is like a bailout option. But I don't want to bail out. Something I can do is rook g3. I think. Knight takes h6, queen takes h6. It's that simple. It is that simple. They don't... Maybe? Is that simple? Otherwise, I'm threatening... Rook takes g4. Still not 82. Shout out to this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna just take it otherwise, right? Check. Takes. It's a nasty idea. Actually, I might be losing one of these. But the queen would be abandoning f7 defense. Is it important? The bishop defending the knight here is very important, because or else the rook, queen, and bishop, if they're all hitting g7, would checkmate. Something I want to do to maybe interfere that is knight f5. Okay, they just take here. And now try to block. So knight takes g6, they would take my queen. Presumably. Oh, but then I have knight e7. But can they throw in bishop c5? Knight takes g6, bishop c5, king h1, g takes h6. What's happening there? Okay. I don't think I can do it. All right, let's just chill. It might have worked. Might have not. All right. Wow, how do I still end up with 45 seconds in a 10-0 game? I've just been that slow. Knight f4 back. Okay. Alright, time to finally get off this nasty diagonal. And time to play faster. My attack did not work. It is a little unfortunate, but I need to accept reality. My opponent defended admirably. Their pieces were good. Can't just checkmate out of nowhere if your opponent's pieces are good. Did I think they have better? Yes. But they play practically and they have a huge time advantage now. This is an idea. Not anymore. I want to get there. Rook H 36. Don't have any follow up to H6, do I? Don't have any good ideas here. Here's maybe an idea. Coming around town to D7. Hit him there. Knight takes H6 and taken somehow. I don't know what my plan is. Takes is an idea. King takes. I can go check win the queen. And you snap into it. I feel like I'm fading. Rook F6 check. Takes. Good. Otherwise, takes. What's the plan there? There's no nasty immediate follow-up even if I get another move. Kind of just hoping they give me something based off of some poor reaction. Queen takes B2. Like, I should save this knight, shouldn't I? Because just takes. Queen takes B2, I'm probably just going to A2. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, now rook takes F7, king takes. Knight D4. That would be good. Still on the table. So we're back here. How to get through? We're really going for it, aren't we? Oh, they're going for this. Queen H4. Can they hang on? That would suck if they can. No, they don't have Queen H4. What am I talking about? I don't know what to play. Oh. Oh, what? The queen that was hanging. Oh, they've got mate almost. Can I actually flag them? Wow. I could not have deserved to win a game less. I could not have deserved to win a game less. Yikes. I don't think I played well that game at all, but it's worth looking at. It's not been up to Williams' usually stellar level. I'd have to agree that I played poorly. I'm flattered by the stellar level. Yeah, so interesting game here. A4, it's saying was bad because of this line I was scared of. Takes, and D5. Yeah, I don't know why I kept giving them this chance. feel myself getting really tired. It's 12:22 here on the East Coast. Typically takes, and it might not even be so necessary to play a4. Maybe just knight f3 here. Allow this. It's perfectly fine. So yeah, I think you guys were kind of spot on. Again, this was a good chance for them. So I got away with them maybe not taking f4. Here, this is starting to look really good. Queen g3 is fine, but I like what the engine's first line is a lot. I mean, it's kind of an easy sentence to say, but just king h1 makes a lot of sense. Just seeing what they're going to do next. Like, let's say they go here and here. Okay, now this knight looks a little or well, e5 is hanging here. But this knight looks a little vulnerable. Maybe we can play knight g5, hit f7, queen h4, like start looking at, I don't know, ideas like this. So, you know, whatever it may be, king h1 is a useful move no matter what. Like, especially when things get crazy and there could be checks here and everything, like bishop c5 and taking back here was important. Queen b6, checking queen takes b2 was on the table. So, like, all these things. So queen g3 and bishop h6, yeah, shrunk my advantage from plus 1.9 to plus 0.6. Let me actually do this for you guys here. There. So you can see, boom, that eval bar went down. Best line, knight g5 hits f7, rook f8 defends, just bishop e3. Apparently that's the best line. Because h6 is not something you want to play. Oh, wow. Takes and queen g6. You cannot save your rook. I'm just about to eat that rook whole for lunch. And bishop takes h6 coming to boot. But yeah, so wow, white's just winning material here in addition to potentially black's king as well. So that knight can really just hang out there while potentially white like just builds up their forces. Tough situation here, and I felt like this is exactly what I wanted to get. This kind of situation where I was just had them down, had a lot of ideas on the table, and just kept bringing in more and more pieces. What ended up happening is I had to rush things. So bishop h6, knight h5. I thought for a while here, queen f2 is apparently I still have an advantage. I'll tell you why I didn't like queen f2. I thought takes h6, takes f7, king h8. Oh my goodness, I have d4. I have d4 in this position. Yeah, so they took h6, take away bishop e3. I thought I was losing my queen in this position. But queen f2 is perfectly playable. I lose the pin, but yeah, they can't take here because now check, and knight takes e5. And now I have a queen that's going to pour into f7 next turn. Almost pre-moved queen f7 here, and that's going to win the game because I'm going to take this rook as well. So yeah, double check. You can't block a double check. It is check two ways. You got to move your king. So, yeah, queen f2 is now just defending my bishop. So now they go here. Okay, and now I can save this. Moving this somewhere. So, and we can just maintain a really, really nice position with good diagonals and good files and good pieces. I just stepped up and invited some disaster. Yeah, so I was saying during the game, king h8 is just the first line of the engine was a good way to maybe just win this bishop. Now, not without compensation, but, yeah, bishop f8 was solid. Knight f4 they played here. So yeah, again, just king h8. Bishop f8 was a solid choice because it actually just defends f7, and so it allows for king h8 against this bishop. And now with king h8, they just undo this pin, and my bishop should be lost. So yeah, knight f4 was played here. I played, oh man, just a cascade of blunders here by both sides as we're missing g3. Oh my goodness, missing things all over the board. Check, they had me. They literally had me with the oldest trick in the book of this smothered mate here. That literally was on the table right there. Check, king h1, check, check, double check, can't block it. And now queen g1 to allow for knight f2, with the rook covering the square. So the beautiful smothered mate that I thought was the coolest thing ever when I was 7, and still do. So they take h6 here. Yeah, I should be so lost. Even now, king h8 should win material. Just getting out of the pin, attacking my queen. Apparently, I'm like out of squares. Oh my goodness, I'm totally out of squares. Yeah. I just did not have it together. It looked great playing bishop h6, but then just everything came and took away all my squares. Like the knights just poured into that part of the board, opened up the bishop, covered everything around here, and I just didn't have anything. So, yeah, much better if I would have been able to play like this and, you know, keeping that knight tied down with the overwhelming pressure on f7. That would have been better. And, yeah, that would have kept their pieces. But then basically what happens here is that yeah, their knights pour in. I should have lost many times. Oh my goodness, I can't. This is difficult. I thought, I was saying the chess was going to be very high quality. This was not that. Somehow I won this game. I had some good ideas here, I guess, of at least keeping things interesting with finding some soft spot. Like, I'm looking at this here, and I'm just like, what can I attack? This bishop defends everything. This knight defends this. This rook keeps everything solid. Maybe that's one weak point I can attack, so I'm just like, give me anything I can take. So, yeah, the one weak point was on f7, and I had the resources to go and get it. But then even once I eliminate f7, it's like, where do I look next? I don't know what to hit next. So I'm trying here. And at this point, I just have no time. I play here. Blundering, should be knight f4, hitting the queen, really discoordinating my pieces. I guess my queen moves away and I should lose this rook. So, yeah, I'm not sure did I miss something good? Just taking b7. Yeah, I mean, their king's safe. Their king was safe the whole game, was the crazy part. So, yeah, just in time trouble, they're trading 2 rooks for the queen. We're moving around. Of course, the quality is low. d1 is literally hanging. Somehow, I don't know. I missed that. I moved down everything, but I flagged them. Dirtiest flag of all time. Yes, terribly played game. Jeez. Okay, hopefully I could do better for you guys. I can't end on that note. I mean, I won the game, but it's just... I'm tired right now, but I'm going to give you guys all my energy for another good game. You deserve better than that. Going to be 6, I have 2. Yes. Yes. King h1, very, very useful move just in general. All right. Let's keep it chill. 10-0. 10 minutes on the clock. Bush gas gambit on the board. Maybe we'll even get it accepted. No. Okay. Someone was asking earlier about boring declined Italian lines. Okay, well, you can't just fried liver someone if they're able to castle. The other, even better. Well, castle just defends f7, and it just looks stupid, because then next move I'll just chase you. But I can punish it even more. Pause the video. We have takes f2. Bishop is here. Rather, the pawn is here, blocking the bishop still. You've not played d3, and I can actually scoop up that knight whole. I can scoop it up whole. Be careful if that were a bishop undefended, because they would have this move queen takes g4, and then like they could take your queen there, and then they'd actually be up a piece typically in those exchanges. But yeah, they thought they'd be the one taking f7. We were actually the one taking f2/f7. So yeah, nice little pattern there. Takes and knight g4 check and scooping that up because the pawn was not out yet. I'd like to get off of this. I'd like to get off of this, please. I think we just step back. I don't think I have anything fancy here. Step back. Step back. Yeah, to defend c7... Actually, maybe that was poorly thought through. Knight d5 is a nasty move. Okay, I think I have to go king d8. It is... Right as I said it. What if knight c6 takes, king d8 takes, knight d4? Can I possibly justify this? My plan was like to play like knight f3 somehow. It's such a bad idea. There's no way I can make this work. I would so do it in blitz though. Takes, king d8, take my rook, knight d4, I'll play rook f8. I'll play f5. This seems like so much fun. Or I just play king d8. Here takes king d8 takes knight d4. Queen f1. This is a bad idea, but it could be cool. Rook f8, h3. F5. Let's just play king d8. Let's play king d8. I don't know why I was so stubborn about that. It's okay. Queen probably should have ran home to d8 instead of to g6. Queen left home. c7 got attacked. Tale as old as time. Don't sweat it. You inspire legions of chess players with very creative, uncompromising attacking play. I'm NM and recommend your channel to all my students. That is the nicest thing I've heard. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm not even sure I recommend my channel to my students. I recommend Naroditsky's channel. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I was a student for so long, right? Because I started playing chess so long. Like I had various, I went to various like little camps and everything. And so I feel like I just kind of, from my experiences there, and I started teaching at a really young age, and I wasn't necessarily so good at it so quickly. I was employed at Hunter College Elementary to do that. I just kind of got a good feel for what it is to be on the other side of that, and what actually maybe clicks and what actually maybe doesn't. And so I think that really helped me. Just my experience as a student, right? Helped me be a better teacher. And I don't know. I like explaining things. I like sharing. And I genuinely want to communicate things in an idea where you can really communicate things in such a way where you can genuinely take away like actual ideas from it. Because that's what I appreciated most when I was a student. And then in terms of the creativity and the attacking part, that's just, again, for improving, you're never going to get better at something unless you enjoy doing it. So, it's important to make chess fun. Also doesn't hurt that it happens to be a great way to win games. But thank you so much. Rook g8 would be cool. That's in the way. If I were really just annoyed about it, I would just play d5 takes rook g8. Takes knight e3. There's no reason I need to do this, but I will. G8. Take d3. Interesting. Both the knight and the rook are hanging, but you can't take them both. One of them will help me checkmate on g2. One of them will help me checkmate on g2, whether you take this one or this one. And also I'm attacking your queen. Also, my knights are taking away all the squares your queen could defend g2. Good game. Good game. Thank you, thank you. Okay. I really appreciate you guys. I am fading, and I gotta be up for work tomorrow, but I will stream again. Thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe and check out. Did that message go through? Hopefully. And check out the Discord. Just go to the link tree. Where you can join this awesome community of everyone sharing games and everything and discussing openings, and you get notified when I go live or post new videos. Enjoyment of the game is actually my superpower. It's very contagious. Aw, thank you so much. That's definitely really sweet, and I really appreciate hearing that. You sound like an excellent coach yourself. Yeah. I'll just try to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm blushing on the inside. All right, you guys. Thanks so much again.